Hi guys, welcome to this week's Craft Club. Today we're going to be making a necklace. So what you will have in your craft pack is a chain, a pendant, some jump rings, and a clasp. So to make things a little bit easier for you, once again, a couple of handy tools to have, a pair of pliers. And if you want to make your necklace any shorter, you will need some of these as well. All right. So it's actually made out of anodized, the chain is made out of anodized aluminium. So it's not that difficult to make shorter if you would like to, but just give it a little bit of a measure. Just having a look here. This is way too long because I've got everything that's left on there. I'm just putting it, even though you can't see me, I'm putting it around my neck to see how long I want it. I think this is about how long I made yours. I'm just going to use my snip tool to make that shorter. Save that for another project, that other piece. And then I have all of this in front of me. Now, for those people who came to the live craft making session last week, you would know that this pendant here, it's not just a pendant. Everyone's looks a little different. Well, not everyone's, but some of you will have the same ones. Because this little bit here actually comes out. And if you can see that, you will see that you can put, what I usually like to put in here is a few drops of essential oil, but you could put a little note in there. In the 90s, it was really cool to write tiny writing on a piece of rice and put it on there, and then it just does back up like that. So I find that when I put essential oil in there, it just keeps a really nice little smell around it. And then you can always undo it too if you want to, and just like put a little bit on your skin or on your pillow or whatever you might like to do with it. But no matter what you want to do, it's a cute little pendant that's got, you know, an area in it for holding something. So then how do we put this on our necklace? Let's go. The first thing we might do is take the necklace here, the necklace itself, and we're going to have to make some attachments on it. So we are going to put on some jump rings. Now we practiced this a little bit in our last session. Just having a look at that. Just be careful that that is not, I don't know if you guys can see this, but that last link, because I've got to put a jump ring on it, just want it to be really close together. So I just had to close that a little bit to make it so there was no gap. You're going to put a jump ring on the end. So here's a jump ring. This is what it will look like. And it's just a circle of metal. Now I'm going to use my pliers here and I'm going to open it. Now I said to you last week, don't open it out like that, making more of an oval shape. You want to actually open it sideways. This is how you always open. It's quite hard. I'm going to grab my other pair of pliers. I've got one needle nose pliers. I'm going to open it like that. Now you can use your finger, but as you can see, I've already broken my thumbnail from doing craft. So I didn't want to use my thumbnail. I've used 2 pairs of pliers instead, and I've opened up that jump ring. This is what an opened up jump ring looks like. All right, you can still see it is a perfect circle. All right, except it's just opened to the side. Now I'm going to put this first one here, thread it onto the end of my chain. Then I'm going to close it. And to close it, you can do that, or you can use your pliers. Now I've put in more jump rings than you're going to need. So you can actually use, if you want to, a jump ring that is a little bit easier to open. So this would be an example of one that's easier to open. These are the ones I'm using. These, because they're thicker, are a little bit tougher to open. If you have no pliers, maybe consider using your thinner ones, because these I can very easily open with my fingers like that. Downside being, if you can open it that easily, it can come apart reasonably easily too. So if you've got the choice, probably rather see if you can chase down some pliers. So one of these ends has got that on it. That's ready for the clasp to go on. Now on the other end, I'm going to put this on. All right. So I'm going to take another one of these, and I'm going to open my jump ring. Once again, sorry if I'm going off camera a little bit, guys. And just open it like that. There we go. Open to the side. Now I'm going to take this end. Sorry, gone off camera again. And then now the clasp as well. So both of those things have to be threaded on before you can close this jump ring. Okay. Now I'm just going to make sure that I close up that gap just by giving a little squeeze. Now that's perfect. And without the thing, this is without the pendant on, it's just a necklace. There you go. Necklace. But now we want to put the pendant on it. So 2 ways you can do this. First way, you can put the entire chain through the pendant. All right. Sorry, put the jump ring, the whole chain through the jump ring, right? So that's through the whole thing. That's going to allow it to move back and forth. All right. Just finding the hole there. So if I have it like that, it can run up and down like that. Now the other option that you have is to find the halfway point in your chain. I'm holding it, that's the clasp there. Find that exact midway point, and you can put it through a loop of the chain. All right. So that means sometimes what happens with necklaces, you might have had this experience, is that you'll be wearing it and then you'll notice that the clasp is worked its way around to the front. So I personally don't want this to happen, so I'm going to do mine like this. Just putting it through one loop right in the center. So grab my 2 pairs of pliers. I'm going to close her up like that. So again, we want to make sure there's no gap in there. There wasn't really, but I just made sure anyway. And now that is on like that, and it's actually not going to go up and down. All right. And now you have got your essential oil necklace. All right. So you might like to put some essential oils in there, or a tiny note, or you could just leave it empty and wait for something to strike you whenever you feel the urge to pop something in a tiny place. So I hope you've enjoyed making this one. Once again, we'll be doing our live making of these on Thursday at lunchtime. But if you can't make it, you can just watch the YouTube video and make it along with us here. All right. Thank you, guys.